I grew up in a small town with Liam. Every summer, when school was out, we would run to the river and lie on the warm grass beneath the trees, gazing up at the sky for hours. Everything felt like a fairy tale back then. We were inseparable, sharing everything, our dreams, our hopes, our first everything. We promised each other that we would grow up together, no matter what. Liam used to tell me, "You're my best friend," but I never felt like that was enough. I wanted to say so much more, to show him how much he meant to me, not just with words, but with every glance, every smile. We understood each other in ways no one else did. In our little town, there was no one who could replace him, and I thought that would always be the case. One summer, the town was preparing for its big annual festival. I loved to dance, and even though Liam wasn't as enthusiastic about it, he agreed to join me for the big performance. We spent days rehearsing, and I remember one evening during the final rehearsal when we were dancing together. Something shifted. It wasn't just the familiar rhythm of our movements anymore. There was something else, something unspoken, hanging in the air. We didn't say anything about it. We just shared a quiet smile and went on with the evening, but deep down, I knew things had changed, at least for me. But life has a way of changing things, doesn't it? My family had to move to the city, and Liam stayed behind in our little town. Over the years, our letters became fewer, and eventually, they stopped altogether. I got caught up in the hustle and bustle of city life, while Liam built his own life in the town. Yet deep down, a part of me always believed that we would find each other again. It was just a feeling, but I couldn't shake it. Years passed, and one day, fate brought us back together. I was in the city for an art exhibit. My designs were being showcased in a prominent gallery, and, by sheer coincidence, Liam was there, visiting the same exhibit. The moment our eyes met, it was like no time had passed at all. We had both changed in so many ways, but the connection between us was still there, as strong as it had been when we were children. After the exhibit, Liam came up to me with a smile. "Remember when we said we'd grow up together?" he asked, and for a moment, I couldn't find the words. "We did grow up," I said softly, "but maybe we needed to lose each other for a while in order to find each other again." It wasn't easy at first. We had both lived such different lives in the years that had passed. I had built a career in the city, and Liam had started his own business in the town. But when we spent time together again, it was like slipping back into something familiar, something comfortable. We talked for hours, walked through the city streets, and shared everything that had happened in those years apart. Slowly, our bond began to grow again, stronger than before. One evening, after a long walk, we sat on a bench by the river, the same river we had played by as children. Liam turned to me and said, "I've been thinking, all these years, I've had so much, but something always felt missing. And now I know what it was. It was you. I think we were meant to find each other again." I looked at him, my heart full. "I feel the same way," I said. "It feels like everything that's happened in our lives has brought us back to this moment." That evening, under the stars, Liam told me, "I want to grow old with you, Emma. I want to spend the rest of my life by your side." And in that moment, everything felt so right. I smiled and said, "I want that too." A year later, we got married. The wedding was held in our hometown in the town square, surrounded by family and old friends. It was a celebration of not just our love, but of the years we had spent apart and the years we had ahead of us. Our town had witnessed our childhood, our growth, and now our love story. As the years went by, Liam and I started a family. We moved into a house on the outskirts of town, near the river, where our children could run and play just like we had when we were kids. Every morning, we woke to the sound of the river flowing, the same sound we had heard growing up. And every evening, we watched our children play in the same grass, making their own memories, just like we had. One afternoon, as we sat on the old bench by the river, watching our children play, Liam turned to me and said, "Do you remember when we were kids, and we promised each other we'd grow up together?" I smiled, taking his hand. "We did, Liam. And somehow we still are. We had grown up, we had built our lives, and we had found each other again. Together, we had created a family, a home, and a love that was stronger than ever. proving that no matter how much time or distance separates you, true love always finds its way back.